Hello and welcome back to Gearbox. Thanks for joining me. It's getting close. What is it today? 20th of Feb? March the 2nd, the MOT. So I've got a few jobs to crack on with to have it ready for that. So without further ado, let me talk you through the stuff I've got to go in. Right, quick run through then. So you can probably tell, oil change stuff. So I've got these bits here for the engine. And so 5 litres and a 1 litre top up, because it takes around about 5.3 litres for that. And then I've got a 5 litre transmission oil here, so that's good for the gearbox and the diff. This, I don't know what it's got on there currently. It may have one, I'm not sure. But this is a Gredi MD04, which is a neodymium magnet that just replaces the standard one, and then that will catch any metal filings or anything like that. This is a cute little oil, they call it an oil record plate, or oil record plate I think they say. TRD branded, and the model number for that comes in this ever so fancy packaging, is MS029 00002. Now I've put it on here already. So last mileage, so current mileage 22,802, next mileage 26,000, and then today's date the 20th of the 2nd. So on top of that, I've got a whole box full of washers. So doing the sump first, so this is your crush gasket washer there. Now this actually has a slightly different Newton meter torque rating when you're nipping it up, which is 20 Newton meters. I think on the normal sump plug it's slightly more, but that's that. At the back here, how could I not have one of these? Be rude not to. TRD oil filter. So the model number on that is MS500 18001, and then that, if you prefer, also gives you this little sports oil filter sticker. I've got a set of new PIA super silicone windscreen wipers, which are in 22 inch and 20 inch. A bottle of Redex, just because the petrol in it's probably been sitting for a while, and I'll top that up in there when I get the new petrol, when I go and take it for the MOT. And sneak in at the back here, 72880 AJ010. This is your interior pollen cabin filter. Now I don't know if I'll need that, because I'm fairly sure it was replaced when I bought it, but got one just in case, and I'll show you where it is so we can check. The only other thing I've got is a PCV valve replacement, which I'm going to try and get round to in this video as well. This is actually the one off the STi, not the BRZ STi, the WRX STi, which is 118108A141. And then because these pipes are known to get brittle with age, there's the replacement hose for it as well, and I'll show you where that goes. It's 99081AA321. But that's enough talking. Let's get started. So, here's your first thing, cabin pollen filter. Now, if you drop this down, there is just 2 push bits that you have to squeeze in, and then that drops down. And then I'm hoping you can see at the back there, let me have a look. Oh. Let me adjust. That's better. See that white bit there? just tuck that up a bit. So yeah, you can probably see this white bit back here, and if you just pinch that, then the cover comes off, and that is your pollen filter, which is a little bit yucky. So while I'm here, I might as well replace it. Right, you probably can't read it, but it says up on there. So you just slide that in like that. Fit the cover back in place. And then you're done. There we go. Pop that back in there. One down. This would also seem like a fairly obvious one to change, the air filter. So for that, it's just 2 clips, and then you pull this section back, and then that reveals the one on the inside. But this definitely looks changed. Looks practically new, so I'm probably just going to leave that one in there for now. If I can get it back in, of course, that's always the fun part. There we go. Got to make sure it's sitting okay on the points at the bottom, which is never fun because you can't really get down there. There we go. Oh, come on. That's it. Go, and then clip back up. So next it's going to be the oil. So I'll get this up on jacks and we'll make a start. Now, without the benefit of a ramp, sadly I've got my axle stand set up, but I'm going to lift it from the front and the back using the suggested jacking points, and then slide the axle stands under. I may have gone too over the top on the height there. I'll have to check, see what height I can get out of it. But let me show you where the actual jacking point is. Now hopefully you can see, but there's just a flat area just under here, which this car is just too low to reach. And let's undo that, drop that back, see if I can go. No, it's not going to go well, is it? Rethink. Well, I had to go a bit old school again and jack up the sides, and then I've just put some wood under the tyres there, so just to give me that extra height, just to get the jack in far enough. If I loosen it off, see how I'll get on now. There we are. So this bit just in the middle here, you just slide that jack under it. There we go. Tighten this up. make sure it's nicely lined up. There we go, start taking the slack. Oh, there we go. Right, put that one down. Go and see what delights the back offers. Now onto the back. I'll try and do the same again, show you under the car what it's like. Hopefully this will be easier access. So you can just see the diff there. I'm not sure this is easier access. We'll see. No, it isn't. Excellent. You know what that means. Some more wood. Hold the line cooler. So using the other jacking points, let me just get the rubber for that. Got my hockey puck. Right, let's see if that's about right. There we go. Right. So let's get this slightly up in the air. Just check the other side. Make sure it hasn't twisted. No, still sitting flat. Whew. Right, we have a wheel off the floor. Right, good. I'll do the same the other side. It's up on the wood now, and then you could probably see there that I've just got it sitting on the diff, which I can now lift from. If I can do it one-handed. Nearly there. inch or two. Right, I think that one's in the right spot. Let me just line the other one up. Right, I think we're there. Let's lower it down slowly. Let me just have a look. Smidge over. There we go. Front one's still looking good. And hopefully, touchdown. Whew. Get that out of the way. Oh, good bit of advice there. Whew. If you're going to lift the whole car up, start at the front. Because if you lift the back up, the front wheels aren't fixed unless you pop it in reverse or chock it. So I'm dead. So the car will just roll. So best advice, start at the front. Oil change. So here obviously is our oil filter. This is our oil cap. I tend to take that off, like when you empty a petrol tank or whatever. If you, like when I did the fuel filter, if you take the oil cap off, it just reduces any vacuum in the system, and it should help just to drain it all down. So I must remember to put that back. So, under the car, obviously. Ugh. I've got my oil catch can here, and then just in there you can see the 14mm socket, which does look like it's had a few turns, so that's good news because it means they've probably changed the oil. Right, now see if I can, there we go. 14mm. Right, where's this going to fall? On me, more than likely. Quick, out of the way. Oh, that's unpleasant. But then again, it has been in there for 3 years. Oh, that looks pretty grim. Oh. Let's get some fresh stuff in there. There we go. Hand thread this in to start with. And then I've got my little 1/4" ratchet, torque wrench, which I'm going to try and get to the correct amount, which is 20 Newton meters, which is the suggestion of this magnet, not the Toyota restriction. There we go. I'll wipe that off and then I'll get some fresh stuff in up top. This is overkill. And I'm hoping it will make a start, but it won't. That's fine. Nothing ever wants to come off, does it? Just popped the cap back on because the oil filter is giving me trouble, so I'm hoping I can start making it move. Come on. Bloody hell, that's tight. Quite clean in there. Does not want to come out. Oh my god, I've never had an oil filter behave like that. That one was an absolute nightmare, as you might be able to see from the many different holes in it. It's not looking good, is it? So I've got my fresh stuff down there to pop in, and the award for the biggest funnel goes to me, I would say. Look at that, I can't even get it all in frame. There we go. So it's the whole 5 litres of this one, which I've got 5W30, and it is Miller's EE Performance Engine Oil 5W30. So it should be this whole jug. Oh, there we go. Probably could have just taken the cap off and just poured it, really, couldn't I? Right, I'll leave that to fill. And the last 300ml, which is here, but what I'm going to do first, dip my finger in the oil, Some people swear by it, some don't. Just put a little bit of oil around that O-ring there so it's nice and clean. Then when I've got this big ass funnel out the way, there's our last 300. I'll let that run in. I can just pop that filter on, tighten it up hand tight, and it should be good to go. A few little dribbles. And then this should just sit on there. There we go. Hand tight. Pop the oil cap back on. A little dribble left. And hopefully we are done. Now it's been sat for a good while, so just going to check how we're looking on the oil front. So give that a quick wipe. There we go, get that back in. Just sitting, hopefully you can see that, just sitting above the second dot, just here. So that seems pretty good to me. So that means I can stick this on as well. Look how technical this is, look. Bit of sticky back plastic. Well, you can see it's actual carbon fibre though. I'm just going to put that on the corner like that. Make sure it's pressed down, which didn't work at all. Oh, probably help if this is pushed down as well, wouldn't it? There we go. Oh, there we go. On to the next job. It wasn't really sticking there, so instead I've moved that one to here, so that can be nice and safely in the car. And I filled in the little sticker that came with it because I thought that might be a little bit better. And I'm going to put that one here, so you can see this one has slightly different things on it: year, month, date, mileage when changed, next one, and the garage that did it. So I've got to represent myself, haven't I? Working my way through the list now. So we've done the pollen filter, didn't bother with the air filter, done the engine oil, so that was sump, filter, oil. I fancy an easy one next. I think it'd be wipers. Here's a quick tip on how to change the windscreen wipers on the GT86 BRZ as well, obviously FR-S. Now on the driver's side it's 22 inch, on the passenger it's 20. To take it off, you got a clip here. You just slide your thumb under it, and then that raises up, and then just pull it down, slide it off. You can probably see a little bit better there. Just pull it up, and then with these PIA ones, you put the C1 adapter onto there, and then you, oh no, don't do it. You put the C1 adapter onto there till it clicks, and then slip it into place. And that's job done. Don't forget to do the other side too. Hopefully it mostly looks like it.
But I've already cleaned the windscreen using some like glass spray and a cloth, and I have already changed the driver's one, but I'll show you a close-up on the passenger. The 22 inch is on already. This is the 20 inch. PIA actually also give you a windscreen preparation cloth. So this is after you've cleaned the windscreen. So this is after you've cleaned the windscreen. But on the back, you've got just 3. So thoroughly wash the windshield, done that. After it's been cleaned, remove the treatment towel from its packet, which is obviously this. Wipe entire windshield with windscreen treatment. Do not open it till ready to use, and then give 10 minutes before wiping the windshield with a dry or slightly damp clean cloth. But just to show you how to change these, so once you've got the clips, where are the clips for this one? Oh, they're in here. There's another cloth, so you can save one for later. There's your clips. You've got 4 different sizes. You've got 4 different sizes. And the one you want for our car is the little one, which, if you can see on the back, probably not, says C1. So just clip that onto your windscreen wiper. That's half the job done already. And then to change it on here, you simply lift that tab there, which probably won't be simply, they never are. Oh, there we go. And then slide it back towards you and it comes off. Then grab this, make sure it's facing the right way, and then pull it up till it clicks. And there you go, all done. Just got to clean the window with that wipe, and then windows are done too. Windscreen wipers are done too. So that's another 2 off the list. Wipers are done, and as you can probably tell, the number plates are off too. And one that cost me slightly more, insurance. So I had to book a day insurance cover for it to be on the road. But yeah, so unfortunately all we have left, diff oil, gearbox oil, PCV valve and pipe, potentially. Let's crack on. It's been a while since it's had some fresh petrol in there, so gonna pop a bit of this Redex in as well. Petrol system. That's about right. Let me check it on here. But the line is there. So that was actually a pretty good guess. So I'll obviously go and get a full tank of petrol on the day when I'm allowed to take it on the road legally. It's a nice, easy job, ticked off the list. Fan of that. That's in there. So this is the stuff for the diff change. So this is the fill crush washer there. SU003 000 and this is the one for the drain, which is 12157 10010, and this is a litre of the 75W90 transmission oil already put in. These make life a lot easier because this is quite a dense oil, and trying to hold it up to the filler without pouring it all over the floor or having difficulty makes life a lot easier with this hand pump. Now, it only takes a litre, but the diff is meant to take 1.1. So I've got everything set up under the car. It's a 10mm Allen that needs to be used to undo it. Got that on a ratchet. Obviously you can use an Allen key. There's my little setup. And then that's where I'm going to be for the next however long it takes. So I've got the catch underneath, but always good advice to take out the fill plug first, because the last thing you want to do is drain it and then not be able to put any in. So there we go. So we know that one comes out, that's good news. Well, let's make sure we take that off as well. That's the gasket, let's get rid of that. And then hopefully this will come out almost as nicely as that one did, but I doubt this has been emptied before. Oh. Ugh, disgusting. Well, it's not so bad after the initial bit, so I'll let that drain. And this is the drain plug from the oil that we just removed. So if I take that off there, I mean, it looks pretty gunky. Let's have a look. There's a bit of paste on it, it's not too gritty. Give that a clean up. I mean, there's nothing particularly shiny in there. Give that a clean up, pop some a new washer on it, like that one, and get that torqued up. Right, so new washers on both. This is obviously the drain, which it's still doing by the looks of it. Oh, there we go. Right, so if I hand tighten that on the way in, and this one needs 49 Newton meters, which I've got this larger torque wrench for. Oh, it's getting tighter. Just feeling the washer crush. There we go. Right, that's that one done. Let's move this out of the way as well. Hook this up and in to the hole like that. And then hopefully should be able to do this. There we go. Up it goes. top up. Now I've overfilled the bottle past 200, because the idea should be it should just leak out, but we had about 200 ml left, so should be getting close to a litre now, minus whatever's in this pipe. It's a real workout, this. Right, so that should have us at about a litre. Another 100, and then hopefully we should see a drip come out. And that's when we know it's done. Right, so that should be about 1.1. And there's our drip. Fill to spill, as it were. Right, so let's get this out of the way. New gasket on this. Finger tighten as much as I can. And then hopefully get this in there. Yes, there we go. Give that a clean off and we should be good. Done. So look, I found another one to do. So if I take this off, this pipe here leads to the PCV valve, and these pipes are known, I mean they're on the engine and they're practically next to the gearbox, they get hot. So if you just pull it off like that, I may have cheated and tried this already, and then give this a pull, you might just be able to see, you might not, there, the upright PCV valve, which is just down there. Looks like this. Well, not quite like this. This is the STi version. But this is the old pipe. And you can see just how tight it is to squeeze compared to this new one. And I just don't really want to risk any issues. So it's another one to do. So the pipe itself is 99081AA321. And then this is what people normally use for turbocharged or supercharged BRZs or GT86s or FR-S's or Toyota 86s, whatever you want to say. But this is 11810AA141. So that will replace the one down there that's just sticking up and looking at you, if you can find it. There it is. hard to point out, but if you look right below the 7 and 9 that's written there, you can probably just see it there. So I've taken the 12mm bolt out of here, which then means I can move that pipe out of the way, and there you can see it. So I've got a 19 ready to go on an extension, and then just undo that, put the new one in. Well, after a ridiculous amount of effort, I mean, look how many joints there are, didn't work. I've settled myself to just change the pipe. So at least this one's got some give, it's a little bit squishy. And then if I get to a garage to do any jobs or fen sport or something, I can just say, would you mind just doing that for me? If it feels like I am in any way procrastinating from doing the gearbox oil, you would be right. So I'm just doing a few other jobs just to make sure they're all ready, like filling this washer bottle with fluid here. Nice and bubbly. And this has always bothered me. So what I'm going to do is go around this, try and walk out these little trees that are bound to snap, because I've got the UK one from my good friend Marix. Now I was debating whether to cut the UK one, which is this big box, down so it only covers here. But what I think I'm going to do, and I'll change it if I don't like it, is I think I will run the UK one because of the different climate. That one broke. Because of the different climate that we have here, it may tend better to the full size under bonnet cover. But you've got on this Japanese one, I did buy some spares of these. On this Japanese one, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And on the UK one, you've got one here, here, and here. So knowing I needed 3, I obviously bought 5 because these things like to break normally. I've only lost 1 so far, so that's not terrible, I suppose. I think I missed one. There goes another one. Right, pop that out the way. And then I've laid out some new ones on the bench over here as well as the old. For for reference, SU003-03011, or if you're Subaru inclined, all they did was stick a label over it, but if you can read backwards, it is 909-207-031. Thank you, WRX. Much nicer than my existing one. Let's get that big one in the middle in first, shall we? That's gone well. So you can see where you can obviously just cut along this section here. It's slightly different, it's not massively different. If you were good with a ruler, you could probably do it quite easily. Right. Oh. There's all the originals back in, except one that was here that's fallen into the engine somewhere. And then there's 3 here. So, that's that. I've got one left, which is here. So I get to procrastinate a little longer and find it. And then I've got 2 jobs left. Gearbox oil and tyres. Just got to check their inflation level. Yay! I just had a nice surprise under here. Not just how many bolts there is to take this under shielding off, or the fact that I have plastic shielding running the whole length of the car. No, not that. But this isn't bad. HKS centre section there, linking to my TRD back box. And it's also, by the looks of it, a catalyst pipe. The only thing I'm not sure of, anyone out there might be able to tell me, that looks like a standard overpipe. But please feel free to let me know. In the meantime, I have many bolts to attend to. Now this is halfway. One of the panels is off. Look how many screws are on the floor. The fill and drain for the gearbox are exactly the same, so that's this pair. They may be solid, you may not have to change them, but I feel like I will anyway. 10mm Allen again. Got my bolt all ready to go. Let me just shimmy under. I'll just show you where these are, because now you can see all the way under the car. Well, halfway under the car. Oh. So you've got your drain plug just down here and your fill plug just up here. So same again, crack the top one up first, then the second one down there, drain it all out, put this one back in, fill this one back up till it drips out. Should be 2.2 litres, we'll see. And I'm pretty sure these are 37 Newton meters to torque back up. Happy-ish days. And then I just need to put everything under here back together again. Lucky me. Very clean, really nice. And there's nothing really to report on that either. Just just give it a clean up, pop the new O-ring on, get them back in once the oil's in. Last bit. I've done the 2-ish litres already, so this should hopefully be about 200, but we'll see. Just wanted to have more than I needed, so I didn't have to leave again. Right, coming up to 2.2 litres now. Must be nearly there, surely. There we go. Right, let's get this out of the way. Already put a new O-ring on this, so let's just top this up, tighten this up even, like that. Grab our torque wrench, there we go. Oh. That was fun. Give that a clean up and then we're done. So, diff oil, gearbox oil, that's everything done. Also checked tyre tread, AD, and when I whack it on the floor, just going to check the wheel torques and tyre pressures. And then that should be it. So I've just done the oil change and I want to just make sure that the engine is primed with oil before I start it for the first time. So, little tip I found out, don't know how well you can see, it's probably pretty easy to explain anyway. We know we start the car by pressing the clutch and then the little light comes on over there. But if you hold the accelerator down as well and then press the button, it primes it, but doesn't start it. And then hopefully the next time starts perfectly. Right, so that should be everything done. Pump the air in, put some air in the tyres up to 2.4 bar as well, so they're all good to go. First time it's been on the floor in 3 days. All I'm going to do now is just start it up, let the oil move through the engine, take it out the garage, clean it up in here. But if you stuck with me this long, much appreciated. Less than a week till my MOT. Can't necessarily drive it straight away after that. If I pass, that's great, but then there's some paperwork I've got to do to register it, but I'll go through that on the next video. But fingers crossed on this one that all this effort has been worth it and we come back with an MOT certificate. But anyway, like, subscribe, all those good things, any comments down below, and let me help you if I can. Thank you for watching and see you next time.